Welcome to Fall Ritual Haunted Attraction Video Reviews 2020. Today, I'm going to talk about Bates Motel out in Glen Mills, PA. This is a place that needs absolutely no introduction. They have been featured on every top haunted attraction countdown on the Travel Channel, everywhere. They're even named the #1 top haunt in America in Oprah magazine. So definitely a place that is very famous and familiar to a lot of people. Bates Motel has 3 attractions. It's the motel, the trail, and a hayride, which for this year was converted to a walkthrough. Like I said last year on my review, when you go on their site, sign up for their email. It is, they have coupons, especially in the summer. We got our tickets back in August. They do a 50% off limited run, so you can get tickets for 50% off, which is the best deal they offer. But they only offer it for a short time, and it's only the people who are on their email list. So make sure you sign up for the email and then you get that offer back in the summer. I know in August, not many people are thinking about the haunt season or what's going to happen in October, but it's definitely worth it. It's the second year now we've done it with the 50% off, and I can't stress enough how it's just worth doing that and getting that discount. As far as the whole COVID thing and what they're doing, this is so far the first place we've gone to where they actually did temperature checks on all the guests that are going through, which I've heard other haunts do. I've never been to one, but this is the first one. And it didn't really take that long to do. You just kind of like walk through. You walk through a metal detector, and then someone there will take your temperature, and then you just move along. You have to buy tickets online. It is online tickets, and it is a time slot that you have to pick. Obviously, masks are required, and there are hand sanitizer stations throughout. This was also pretty cool. I actually said this would be a really good, effective, and cheap way for haunts to have a good social distancing in the queue lines by putting like just ribbon throughout the queue lines. And Bates did that. They'd had these yellow ribbons tied on the lines, and they were 6 feet apart, so you know where to stand and you're not being on top of someone. So that was really cool to see. So when you first get there, you're going to park. You're going to go to the first person. That person's going to scan your ticket. You either have the printout or you can bring it up on your phone. After that, that's where you're going to go through the security checkpoint, get your temperature checked, and then you're going to do the hayride part first. Like I said, the hayride is now a walkthrough. The first question I had when I found out they were doing a walkthrough was this going to be cut down? Because this is a very long hayride. It's one of the longest hayrides out there, and I'm like, that's going to be a really long walk. Turns out they cut about 1/3 of the hayride down, just so you're not walking what seems like forever. But it didn't seem like you lost anything with it, even though a lot did get cut out, but it still felt like you were walking a while, and you definitely got, you didn't feel like you were getting gypped or anything. They did send a pretty big group in with us. I would say like they sent about 40 people in our group at once. Now, you can walk at your own pace and everything, so you don't have to stick with the group, but I would say being in front of the group and being behind of the group, you are going to miss some of the animatronics like popping out and stuff like that. We were in the front of the line, the front of the group, and we did miss some of that, the animatronics popping out. Not many actors on the Hayride walkthrough, but that could be due to the fact that we went on a Tuesday night. I would expect they don't have many actors on a weeknight. They're probably saving all of them for the weekend. But there were plenty of jump scares. So many things going off with like tons of pyro and just big balls of fire everywhere. The amount of fire they use on this walkthrough is unbelievable. It's probably the most fire I've ever seen at a haunt, which is awesome. And believe me, when those big balls of fire go up, it gives you a jump scare. You don't expect it, you know, and it's definitely awesome. There were also not many dead areas or dead scenes on this walkthrough. You know, a lot of hayrides. There's just a lot of dead space between one scene to the next. This one, there was a lot to look at even between the bigger sets. So there's always something going on, look at, which is pretty cool as you walk through it, because you know, if you sit on a hayride, most of the times it's very hard to see behind you. You're kind of like turning over your shoulder, you know, sitting funny. When you walk through it, everything's surrounding you. So that was really cool. This is something I probably shouldn't really endorse or promote or really talk about, but as we were walking through the hayride, I was getting a lot of good pictures. Whether or not pictures were allowed, no one said anything, so I just kept snapping pictures. I said, I don't know if that's allowed. I don't know if don't go there and take pictures and be like, oh no, it's allowed. I don't know. Don't be obvious about it. Don't like film through it, but you could probably sneak a few really good pictures that you wouldn't be able to if you were on a wagon and like constantly moving. So that part was cool. Like I said, whether or not you're allowed to do it, I don't know, but they're not really enforcing that. They did enforce it on the trail though. I did get in trouble for some pictures on the trail, but during the hayride, try and snap a few cool pictures. After the hayride, you're gonna go to the trail. I think it's called like Revenge of the Scarecrow Haunted Trail. This trail is awesome. This is the best of the three attractions. This what makes going to Bates worthwhile. This trail is awesome. They had more actors on the trail than they did in the hayride area, which was cool. The actors kind of like distracted you to look at them while something like went off behind you and gave you a good jump scare. The scenes there are just incredible. There's this church graveyard scene that is really awesome. That's kind of where I got in trouble for taking a picture, but again, if you can like quick snap a picture, you know, there's a lot of cool stuff. Again, I'm not endorsing that, but it's a really cool church graveyard scene. Their clown area, their clown scene is so awesome, with a bunch of good actors in that scene, and tons of like mannequins, like these clown mannequins and props and animatronics. It is one of the best clown areas on a trail. It's just so good. There's a snake area on the trail that, if you're like me and you don't like snakes and you're afraid of snakes, this is a really tough area to get through. There are just snakes everywhere. I mean, from the ceiling, on the floor, behind glass, in cages, just everywhere. Actors in there with like snakes around it. It is terrifying if you are slightly afraid of snakes. I have a hard time getting through that area. It freaks me out so much. Um, I said there's a lot of animatronics on the trail, which is really neat. Tons of fog. The fog that they use in certain areas and scenes is really, really cool. Like I said, this trail is just one of it's the best of the three. After the trail, you're going to go to the house. You do have an option. When you buy your ticket, you're going to get the tickets for good for all three attractions. You don't have to do the house. If you're afraid of doing indoor stuff this year, you can opt out of that and then just go into the Midway. But I went through the house, me and my friend. Again, same with last year. It wasn't busy, but they let like 6 of us go through. I think Bates is like incapable of just letting your own group go through this house. Because they let 6 of us go through and there was nobody out there. So, I mean, it is what it is, but I thought they could have, let the 2 of us in and the 2 people behind us and then the 2 people behind them all go through like at a time. We all didn't need to go in together. House, there are a ton of jump scares. I think the house might have had the most actors in it, and actors were distracting you from a sound going off behind you, or you're looking at something and an actor will pop out behind you. Tons of jump scares in the house. Probably my favorite scene in the house is the library. It's just the way those books are stacked and it looks like they're all going to fall over on you. It's very, you kind of get nervous walking through it. You think all these books are going to fall on you. Definitely a cool scene. After the house, it's going to put you into the Midway area. There's not much to do. There was not much to do in the Midway area. They really discourage you from hanging out now. They kind of just want you to go through it, leave, and don't really want to have big, huge crowds hanging out. There was no games. Usually they have like axe throwing. That wasn't there. They didn't have the merch store open. Again, this was a Tuesday night. I did hear on weekends they have it open. They had no bonfires going. And only about 1 or 2 photo ops. They didn't have any actors roaming around to take pictures of. You can get a picture outside of the motel, and there's kind of like a horse and carriage thing that you can get a picture next to. That's about it, though. They did have a little food stand. And of course they had the donut little house open. And if you never had Bates Donuts, I highly recommend you getting those donuts at Bates. They are some of the best around. So it's good to see those 2 things open, but they had no benches to sit on. So it was definitely one of those, like, they really didn't want you hanging out. It was kind of just go through it and then leave. They are open every single night from now until November 1st, depending on weather. We've been getting some rainy nights, so just check, make sure they are open, but they are open every night from now until November 1st, which is crazy. So if you want to go out and you don't want it to be super, super busy, I recommend going on a weeknight. Like I said, there wasn't much to do afterwards, so you're just kind of go through these 3 attractions and then be done. But check them out, Bates Motel. Sign up for their emails, get that coupon, get that discount over the summer, 50% off tickets. You can't beat it. Check them out, Bates Motel. Thank you for watching. Thank you to all the subscribers. You can find me on Instagram and Facebook at Fall Ritual. Thank you.